Hello and welcome to Equity Story. It's the Hound and the Wolf and general advice warning. Obviously, this information is general in nature and does not constitute a personal, personal recommendation.
Is that like a hint? We do. No, we don't.
Oh, I think we have to do that again. All right, serious now, Wolf. General in nature, and it's not personal.
Yes.
Okay,
Go.
please. Oh, every time we try and be serious, you just can't be for 1 second, and we got a new variant, and the world is in panic again, and you just make stupid jokes. It's just not on. Wolf.
Yes.
It's a lot to do about nothing, is it?
Well,
the Dow is we're seeing green across the board, and the Dow's coming back. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our market. So our market was down. There's the ASX 200.
how much is it down?
It's hardly down at all now. So we had the what's it called? The new
Omicron.
Omicron. It sounds a good name, by the way, much better than some of the other names. Omicron.
Yeah.
It sounds.
Well, the Greek alphabet. That's how it's usually done.
Okay. Well, I'd never heard of Omicron in the Greek alphabet.
Well, that's because you don't know Greek.
Well, I thought I would.
It's a simple equation.
Anyway, so
neither did I, Dave. I mean, the only thing we know, right, as probably the English-speaking people, is alpha and beta.
Yeah, I knew alpha and beta and delta.
And delta, yeah, okay.
So why did they go all the way down to
and omega? 4.
Omega. So yeah, but I thought omega precisely. Isn't that the one that begins with O?
Yeah, it's the last one, isn't it? Omega is the actual last letter of the Greek alphabet.
Well, that begins with O.
But they obviously the alphabet is a little bit different.
You're so clever, Wolf. You know everything, don't you?
No,
right. So,
I hope I'm right. Otherwise, we'll have the Greek community on my tail.
Yeah, but why has it gone all the way to O? Why couldn't it go to E?
Oh my lord, we could spend here all day talking about this. I don't know.
Okay, well, you know everything. You don't know that. Okay, well,
yeah,
listen,
no.
I'll tell you what I do know. That I think, but I don't know. But I think just a little bit of a dip, and it looks like it's a bit of a buy the dip, and don't panic, because if I'm looking at the ASX 200, yes, we had the shake off on Friday. It's not very good. It's obviously not a very good market for trending shares at the moment. But it came down to a trend line. The Dow futures are up. Looks like, Wolf, maybe a lot to do about nothing. So we will see at the end of the day.
Yep.
You know, we don't know. But I think the general feeling is we're going to have the Dow futures are up. It looks like we're going to go bounce. And if we do bounce, then possibly there's opportunities in this level.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that what you're suggesting, what you said, is that the early signs is that this Omicron, while it's virulent, it's fairly mild. So if that proves to be correct, because we probably need a bit more data and information, but the early signs are like that, then yeah, absolutely, it could be a dip and a buy opportunity. Maybe, moving forward, the pandemic won't be as frightening.
Well, that's true. If this is weaker and it's taking over as a dominant strain, isn't this the one?
It's great positive. Absolutely.
You would let it into the country then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd probably open the borders and just have a party. Have
we'd be
Omicron party.
Omicron party. Well, precisely. So something that's knocking the markets potentially could turn into a rally.
But look, we're just speculating here. Let's just wait for more news. Let's just see how the markets pan out. But good signs early these days. Monday morning, you've got like you said, you've got the US markets pointing upwards. Hopefully, yeah, like you said, it's much to do about nothing. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Wolf. So we had this little shakeout, and I got a lot of emails in and go, Dave, the market's having a dip. What are we buying on the dip?
Yep.
So I just want to go over today with you. 10 stocks. We're going to have 3 large caps, 4 medium caps, and 3 little E's.
Yep.
Right? Little E's are microchips.
Well, little E's plus high risk.
Yeah, right. So we're going to go through these stocks.
Yep.
And we're just going to have a look at these. So people, members of Equity Store, have got them on their watch list. So if we get a little bit of a shakedown and maybe something more serious in the future, and as I said the other day, expecting a dip, dip's happening, rally into Christmas, and then maybe okay, January, February, we get a more.
Now, if anyone's already got all those 10 stocks, there's a wine coming for you. That means you've got a portfolio that's already looking pretty good.
All right. Well, we'll go through the 10 stocks.
Yeah. If you've got those 10 stocks already in your portfolio, you can probably take a break and go, yeah, I'm good. And yeah, this is my call, Dave, a wine to whoever's got one.
Yeah, we've already given a lot of wine, Wolf. Thanks to your brilliant call on
generosity
on
CDM
Cincinnati trading, where
that was your call.
Where Wolf's teaching everyone how to do stop losses. Say no more. All right.
And everyone got it right. Pretty much.
You got it too
right. That's good. We're teaching it well, don't we?
So buy on a dip
yes.
stories.
Yes.
And basically these are stocks that obviously in your favorites category. And Wesfarmers is in the top 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it has to be, it's one of the top stocks. And plus, remember, it's got that optionality for the lithium. So there's something about this that potentially you could see doing well. Obviously long term excellent, but something extra to get excited about.
Very good, Wolf, and definitely that Wesfarmers that chart holding up really well. And we need a bigger scare than Omicron to bring Wesfarmers down. But
absolutely.
More like a general market. Now, Goodman Group. Again, the chart looking very strong and holding up. So Goodman Group, any weakness, if it can get back down to that 22 level, certainly worth a look at. And
ridiculous that it hasn't come back, isn't it? With this sell-off on the Friday and this morning, it's like a Teflon coated.
Well, it's also a stock that that does well with COVID because it's obviously a lot of distribution.
That's right, exactly, for the tech stocks out there, absolutely.
Macquarie Group. So this is one that is coming back, Wolf. So weakness, if you could get some around 183, you'd be getting some. And obviously, if it went as low as 170, you'd definitely be getting some.
No, but I think you can even make an argument to have a nibble at the moment around here because that's the level that was actually raised at. So you could make a case for a little nibble here.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Wolf. Wolf is nibbling on Macquarie Group.
Yep.
OCL.
Yes.
Come back down to trend now. Historically, Wolf, apart from March, February, where it went down to a weaker trend line, this is around this sort of 19 has been fairly good. Now it had that little drop, and then since then it's jumped a little bit higher. Is this nibble?
I think so. Look, historically, Dave, and we always said about OCL, cheeky bit in on the trend lines. One day you'll get lucky. You had an opportunity around the 19 today. So potentially could bounce off that and go back over 20 again if this Omicron does not obviously scare everyone to death. So definitely maybe still possibility for a nibble. I agree. For the long termers though, there is, of course, right? So yeah, absolutely loving it.
All right. Next one for your list is ALU. And again, green today and holding up very, very nicely in the chart. Looks good.
Yeah. It's turned the corner beautifully, hasn't it? This stock was under pressure. Remember they had a bid around 40, and in hindsight, obviously it was a very opportunistic bid. You've got a beautiful update recently, right? That really turned the whole fortunes around of Altium. And I think, look, around the $40 mark, $41, I'll be probably nibbling on this.
Okay, so it's interesting. We've got 3 nibbles on some of it. Now, JLG.
Yep.
What a nibble that was this morning.
Oh, ridiculous, wasn't it? Oh, if someone had we always talk about the good stories, just have a little punt back at maybe previous support or resistance. And that was exactly what the resistance previous, wasn't it? You could have picked it up beautifully at 650, wasn't it? Somewhere around there.
Let's have a look at. Yeah, I think it went to.
Oh, lordy lord! What an opportunity that was.
Yeah, 650, just where that support was. So, again, Wolf. I mean, just wait for the volatilities. If you can get a little bit more around 650, why wouldn't you?
I know.
All right, let's have a look at PWH.
Yeah.
So again, Wolf, this is down recently.
Yeah.
Feel there's a lot of support around this 848. Are you a nibble around here at 8?
I think so. Look, remember, nibbling around the trend lines is a good strategy because you've got that support line, right, that you can use if things go wrong. So it's a beautiful way of playing it. Buy it on the trend line. If it doesn't bounce, it goes lower. You sell out and you try again at a lower level.
You got Dubber.
Mm-hmm.
Looking a little bit sideways at the moment. So really with Dubber, you go back to that sort of maybe 310 level.
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't think there's a rush in this one. I think probably around the low threes, you'd probably have a little cheeky bid in. But again, what a great story with a strong growth ahead.
360 is in the small cap. So I'd like to say OCL, ALU, JLG, and PWH are more sort of mid caps, and then Dubber, 360, and PLY we'll talk about in the second. Obviously more.
Yeah, but more the risk. No profits as yet. It's just growth on the top line.
Now, well, 360.
Yep.
No, nothing wrong with that if you actually get the price action and even holding up on their daily charts. But we're right on the daily at the moment, around 11.15. It's like 11.78. It's bounced quite nicely. That raise was around 12, was it? Yeah.
12.
So no hurry, I suppose, with the raise, but opportunity, or do you just, or with this one, would you just leave that bid around 10, 20?
I'd have maybe two things going here for me. I'd probably maybe leave a cheeky bid around 10. But I also probably would have a nibble and use that daily. I think I like that because there's a bit of support around the daily. So maybe, it's not a bad way because it's so far from the trend lines. Maybe that's a good way of playing it too, Dave.
Well,
around 11 maybe, yeah.
Have a nibble around that, say 11, 11. Well, maybe 11.20.
Okay, 11.20, 11.30, somewhere around there.
So if you get there, if it's a bit more panic. But again, absolutely. A good story that's obviously been a fantastic winner for us this year. And lastly, but not least, which actually got on your list, was little PLY.
Yep.
And again, they've dipped down to that raise in there at 75 and straight back up. So very good, and just looks like it just needs to maybe go sideways a little bit. But I think one or two good announcements from these guys. And
look, I'm expecting good announcements. Remember, they've got a great game going on at the moment in the backgrounds. They've got a few more titles coming out. Recent announcements were very, very positive. So from that point of view, you probably want to leave one cheeky bid around 75 cents, which is the actual capital raising price. And maybe then another one, maybe around 60 cents at those trend lines if it goes back there, if there is another bit of a shakeout. So, I've chosen those three because of the strong growth they've got. I expect, like I said, I'm expecting Dubber to grow at least 50%. I'm expecting 360 probably 30%, and I'm expecting PLY to grow at least 50% over the next 12 months. So I've chosen high risk but high growth stories as my last three.
Very, very, very good, Wolf. And I think what I would say, if people are sort of struggling with stories at the moment, or maybe in the wrong stories that are going down, these are some stories that, well worth having a look at. These are sort of preferred equity stories, ones that over the last few years have done extremely well for us, and some that we believe will continue to do extremely well for us. So again, I'll just go through those: Wesfarmers, Goodman Group, Macquarie, Midcaps, OCL, ALU, JLG, PWH. PWH is maybe some more small cap, I suppose. But we've got Dubber, 360, and more of a micro play, PLY down at the bottom. On that note, Wolfie, thank you very much. I think it'll be interesting. If you're a bit worried about the price action on the markets, like I said, the Dow futures are up at the moment, guys. It doesn't look like it's panic time, and it looks more like an opportunity at the moment.
No need to go to the toilet yet.
Yeah. Thanks, Wolfie. See you, mate. Bye.
All right. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.